Alright, today I'm going to talk to you guys about how you're going to make the cover of your book. Let's look at that. So the cover of your book, which is this page, the dedicated to page, the table of contents, and if you have time, about the author. Don't know if you'll have time or not. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the cover. I went ahead and pulled some exemplars, which are actually American Revolution books that are published and on our shelves in our library. So I thought it would be good to look at first some books that are actually published about the American Revolution, and then next some books that fourth graders have published in the past and what their covers look like. So here you'll notice on the front of this cover, the title is really big. That's what I'm noticing first. Then I notice that there's a picture. And then I notice that there's the author's name that's a little bit smaller. Let's look at the next one. I can glance at this really quickly and see that it's about the Boston Tea Party, and then she gives us some additional information here, okay? And then she has a picture, and she's really been creative with the way she did her pictures, and she has her name creatively written in right there. This one, she kind of used a picture as the whole background, and then you can clearly see that it's Revolutionary War, and then she has a little bit that goes before, so you would really read it as voices from the past Revolutionary War, and then you have their names. Okay. Now these are some fourth grade examples. The War That Gave Us Freedom by Lori, Will, Sophia, and Mark. Yours will be independent, so yours will just say by and then your name. But then they did some pictures. You'll notice that you have a capital letter, capital letter, capital letter, capital letter, capital letter, capital letter, all capitals, and a title. This one, this somehow got published without that being capitalized, okay? Freedom at Last, an American Revolution story. That is such a good title for fourth graders to come up with. And I guess those are the only two that I pulled, okay? So this is kind of the idea. Now let's go to the document. You are going to double click right here, and it will let you type your title. Okay, now these will be printed in color. That's different than our narrative books that we've been working on, or our free writing books that we're creating. Okay, so you can change the color if you want to. Okay. Now, nothing crazy, no pink, no purple. This is an American Revolution book. You'll notice that when you look at these, as soon as I say that, there's purple right here. But for the most part, it's all, not bright, vibrant colors. Now, if you need to do another line, you can press with 2 fingers, copy, and paste. And it'll give you another one of the same, and then you can make it smaller. So maybe I want to say American Revolution story, the war that, capitalize, gave, capitalize, us, capitalize, freedom. Okay. And maybe I want that to be smaller, and then I want it to not be as bold, so I'm going to unbold it. See how that, an American Revolution story, the war that gave us freedom. That's maybe not the best title, but hey, I just came up with it. You're going to double click on the by, and then you're going to insert your name. So you're going to type your first and last name, capitalize both. Okay, I would leave that alone. That should only take you a few seconds. Now I will say you should probably center that. And you can either put it there, or you can get creative with where you put it. I noticed that this one is kind of integrated into the picture, and this one is down at the bottom of the book. Okay, so if you want to put it at the bottom, you can do that too. Now, for pictures. I have 3 pictures here for you if you want to do that, or you can just do one big picture, whatever you want to do, but mostly you will see on the actual books that it's just pictures. There's not a lot of diagrams or timelines or anything on a cover of a book. Okay. Now, if your book is about the American Revolution in general and one of your chapters is about kids during the American Revolution, it probably doesn't make sense to put a big picture of a kid on the cover. Okay, do general pictures about what your topic is. Okay, all right. So the next thing, actually, you should probably pause and complete your cover. And then once you are done completing your cover, you can press play and you can watch the next part, which is going to be talking about dedicated to. Okay, so for dedicated to, this one has acknowledgements, but it doesn't really have a dedication page. So you're going to dedicate it. You can dedicate it to a friend, a family member. In the past, we've had people that have dedicated their books to like veterans or people who fought for our freedom. You get to choose what you want to do with that. But what you're going to do in order to get that done is you're just going to click here. And if I want to dedicate it to veterans, I'm just going to center that, and I'm done. That did not take me long at all. Okay, so get that done. Pause till you have that done, and then you'll move on to table of contents. Okay. For table of contents, I want you to leave this alone. We're not going to spend too much time getting too crazy with it, okay? But here, you're just going to type the name of your chapter. So you are going to need to open up your spiral. As long as yours didn't change, this should not take you long because you have your outline right here. Okay? So everyone in this class is going to type here all about the American Revolution. Okay? For their first chapter. Then I'm going back. Chapter 2 is George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and then Ben Franklin. Now, I know that I have to get these things. Okay, so then I'm going to put George Washington, then I'm going to put Thomas Jefferson, and then I'm going to put Ben Franklin. Now, the end of next week is the deadline for this, so if I'm still on chapter 2, if I don't make it through all this, I'm going to have to take out some of this table of contents because that would technically not be my whole book. Guys, this is too big, so you're going to have to make this smaller. I had it set at 48. Let's take it down to probably 36. Yeah, 36 looks good. And then you can center it if you want. Whatever you think makes it look good. That's up to you guys, okay? So if you are only going to do chapter 2, then I would only do chapter 1 and chapter 2, okay? If you think you can make it to chapter 3 and 4, then you can add them in here. But you don't want to say that you have something in your book when it's not actually there, okay? Then down here for the about the author, I'm going to put a little template in Google Classroom, and it will be on this post. What you'll do is you'll copy and paste that template, the about the author template, and you'll paste it in here, and then you'll write about yourself. So it'll say, Miss Hartman is a 4th grade teacher at Ridgeview Elementary, okay? But you will fill it in about yourself. Do not take your picture. I'm going to take your guys' picture. Don't take it. If you're done at this point, you can just go continue researching, okay? Good luck.